Yo, 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 it's your boy WesTheTech, creator and founder of WesTheTech Productions, here to give you my top 5 Tupac songs of all time, alright? Now, just a preference, music is relative, alright? We all listen to music differently, and we all connect to music for different reasons, alright? So, with that being said, this is my top 5, alright? You may have a different top 5. There may be songs on your top 5 that aren't on mine, and vice versa. But this is my top 5, alright? Now, with Tupac, it's a little difficult when it comes to picking the top 5 because, 60 to 75% of his music, he wasn't here to hear the finished product of, right? But there are still some songs that must make the list, even though he wasn't here to hear the finished product, alright? And we're going to start off with number 5, alright? Which is, drum roll please, Until the End of Time. Yes, this made my top 5. I mean, this beat is absolutely amazing, alright? I'm a producer, so you know I love beats, alright? This song is amazing. If you don't know this song, go get this song. Until the End of Time. It's the lead, it's the title track to the album, Until the End of Time. Unfortunately, he passed and wasn't able to see this song complete. But it had to make my list. I literally listen to the song probably once a month, right? Because it's just so beautiful. I love the hook. I love who he got on the hook. I forgot his name, but absolutely amazing song. Must make the top 5, right? And a lot of people forget about this song. I don't know why, because his lyrics are so amazing on this track. But for me, I can't leave it out, all right? Until the End of Time, number 5, all right? Now we're going to move on to number 4, all right? Number 4 on my list is also another song that he actually wasn't here to hear the finished product of, but it must make my list because it's just that amazing of a song, all right? Let's see if you guys can figure out which song it is. Yes, it has to be. You know what? Let me speak to those who think that they're thugs and, don't have a heart, all right? If this ain't in your top 5, you're a hater. Period. I don't care if you gangbang. I don't care what you do. This is like one of the best hip-hop songs of all time, and it better be on your list if you claim to be a Tupac fan, all right? It changes, by the way, for those of you who've never heard it before, if there is anybody, And this song, man, it was the most conscious song that, as a kid, I remember listening to. I almost cried to it because he was saying so much real stuff about black-on-black violence. I think about every time somebody mentions Obama's name, I literally think about the bar when he was like, we have yet to see a black president. You know what I'm saying? It's so sad that he didn't get to see that dream come to a reality, a first black president. But Changes absolutely has to be the number 4 on this list. It would have been higher if he was alive to see the end of the track or see it actually be released, all right? But unfortunately, he wasn't. We all know when he passed and how he passed and everything like that. But it must make the top 5. Changes definitely has to do that. All right. Now we're going to move on to number 3. All right. So number 3 on my list. Again, this is my list of top 5 Tupac songs. All right. You probably may have a different list, but this must make the cut as number 3. It's for all the mamas. I mean, come on. You have to have a mother. How else were you born? And I understand, some people aren't, maybe you never met your mother or maybe you and your mother isn't close, but you got to have like a grandma or auntie. There's got to be some adult woman in your life who is just always there for you, all right? If there wasn't, I'm so sad for you. But hopefully someday there will be, because it's not too late to have a dear mama. My mother is definitely my dear mama. I'm not a mama's boy, but I love my mama dearly, and everybody knows that. So dear mama will literally make you cry. I mean, listen to what he just said. Hugging on my mama from the jail cell? Come on. And fun fact about this song, his mother was actually pregnant with him in prison, right? And she was actually afraid that she was going to have to give birth to him in prison and that she wasn't going to be able to see him. But amazing things worked out to the point that she actually got acquitted before giving birth to him. So when he was born, he got to be with his mother, and we all see the finished product because of it. I mean, this song is just so beautiful, and it has to be on your top 5. I don't care how good as you are. If you don't have Dear Mama on your top 5, you a lame, period, all right? So that's number 3, Dear Mama. I hope it made your list because it must be on mine, all right? Now we're going to go to the last 2, all right? The last 2. I don't know if you guys are going to figure this out, all right? But here's the number 2 track, all right? Here we go. I'm sorry, bro. Like, I mean, come on, keep your head up. Like, if there's one song that Tupac should be remembered for, it's this. Keeping your head up, bro. Like, this song will literally help you get through the day, help you get through the week. And I know some of you guys are probably thinking, yo, where's all the Dog Life Snoop Dogg or Tupac song? Nah, I'm sorry. He had millions of those songs to the point that those songs are like watered down. But songs like this, even though he had a lot of songs like this too, something about this track is just, it's beautiful. You know what I mean? It's just absolutely beautiful. And by the way, if you don't agree, all the songs that I just played in my top 5 have killer production. If you don't agree with, I dare you to challenge me and find me a Tupac song that had a better beat than any of the ones that I just played so far, all right? But keep your head up. I mean, come on. Everybody loves the hook. Everybody loves the song. You got people in Norway loving this song. This thing went number 1 everywhere. And fun fact, this is actually the biggest song that he ever made, by the way. It's the biggest song. It didn't make my number 1, but it's dang near number 1 to everybody else in the world, all right? So that's a fun fact, all right? So yeah, it ain't freaking Most Wanted and, you know, All Eyes on Me and can't all the, you know, and My Ambitions as a Rider, you know, all that stuff is great too. But none of those songs make my top 5 because I usually look for a little bit deeper, except for my number 1 track. My number 1 track is my number 1 track for a lot of different reasons. But before I tell you the reasons, I'm going to play my number 1 track for you. All right? Here we go. Number 1 track. I will never change or deviate from this being the number 1 track. West Side! Come on, bruh! Like, come on! California! Don't out of party! California! And they got a guitar, yeah? Don't out of party! Yes, they do! Alright. But in all seriousness, this is probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite, Dr. Dre beat of all time, all right? So you got Dr. Dre, one of the greatest producers of all time, if not the greatest. Tupac, which is one of the greatest rappers of all time, but arguably one of the greatest rappers of all time, if not, if he is, right? And you got them to merge together to make a song. Yo, there's so much history about this song. First of all, it's the first song that Tupac released after getting out of jail under death row, all right? Which is why it was with Dre, because Dre was with Death Row, Suge Knight's label, at the time that they made this song. Another fun fact about this song actually never ended up on any of Tupac's albums when he was living, all right? The reason for that is because this song was actually supposed to be on Dr. Dre's Chronic 2 album that was never released, that was shelved. I'm not talking about the one he came out with in 2000 with Eminem and Nate Dogg and them. There was actually a Chronic 2 that he was working on long before that never came out, and this song was supposed to be on there, right? They eventually put this song on the Greatest Hits album, as a Tupac album, and it actually was a bonus track on the UK version of All Eyes on Me, which is pretty wild. So the American version, we had a remix version of this with a different production. It didn't bang like this right here. It was good, but it wasn't California Love. It wasn't the one that they had the music video to. It was a remix, and that made it All Eyes on Me. but the original California Love was not on there. It was on the UK version as a bonus track, and then it eventually made it on the Greatest Hits album. But this is my number one. If you disagree with it and you think something else should be number one, please comment below. Let me know what your number one is. Let me know if there's any songs that you feel like I left out that I shouldn't have left out, right? Because again, I like to learn from other people. I like to see what other reasons that people like different songs, all right? Now, as a honorable mention, I have one honorable mention for this song that I wish so much that it would have made the list, but it can't make the list because I just don't like it as much as the other 5 songs, but it was really close. It was really close, and that's this song right here. Do you guys know what song this is? You don't know? You don't know? Not yet? Have you heard it? Can you hear it? This is Tupac talking. If you don't, here we go. Living to die. Alright, the name of this song is called Running, right? This is the only song that Pac and Biggie was on together, all right? I think. There might be another one, but as far as I know, this is the only song that they were on together. Of course, they didn't record it together. It was 2 different verses that they put together, right? Now, what's cool about this song is Eminem actually produced this track, all right? It was actually on Biggie's Born Again album, right? But this is like one of the dopest songs, and it's literally like the 2 megas at the time on a track together, and it's absolutely wonderful. The song name of the song is called Running, Dying to Live. If you don't know this song, y'all go listen to that song. Definitely an honorable mention, all right? The last song that I'm going to show you guys is my personal favorite feature from Tupac. And when I mean feature, I don't mean people that he featured, that featured on his music. I mean a song that Tupac himself featured on. Now, Tupac had a lot of features, but most of his features was within his own canon, you know, with the Outlaws and things like that. But my favorite feature from Tupac is this song right here.
You've heard for yourself what pressure.
Hold on. Ready? Here we go.
Cleveland, LA, nigga. Whatever you niggas do. You know what type of nigga?
Yes. Do you know what this is? Thug Love.
I know you niggas been waiting for
Wrong with us, wrong with us, thug love, wrong with us, fucking thinking thug love. Alright, so this song is called Thug Love, and it was by Bone Thugs and Harmony, alright? Here's another fun fact. Bone Thugs and Harmony is the only other artist that was able to make a song with both Biggie and Pac before they both passed, all right? So they literally have a song with both Biggie and Pac. There's nobody else that got a song with both of them, all right? Nobody else, all right? They're the only ones at that time that actually got a song with both Pac and Biggie. That's why it's my favorite feature. I mean, I love Bone Thugs already, but of course, Bone Thugs, Tupac, Ohio, Cali, coming together, beautiful thing, all right? So that's my favorite feature from Tupac, one of my favorite collaborations with him. And that's my list, all right? That's my top 5. Again, if you guys disagree with it, I definitely want to know what's your top 5. Comment below. Let me know your top 5. Also, let me know if you want me to do any other artist top 5, all right? Next up is going to be Biggie Smalls, of course. This is my first one, so I had to start with Tupac, all right? The next one's going to be Biggie Smalls. Make sure you tune in for that. And make sure you subscribe to my page for music industry tips, for Music Business 101, for anything music related, all right? Either way, my name is WesTheTech. Thank you for enjoying my top 5, and you guys have a good one. Peace.